So, how many would you say of those high achievers left something that they were good at in order to find something that they are great at?
All of them. They had to. All
All
of
of them,
them.
without an
All of them,
exception.
for sure. They each started out as one thing and wound up doing something else. But you know what? Think about all the people who you admire in the world. What is it that you admire about them? Right? You probably admire that they overcame something, their perseverance, not that it came easy to them. And most people start out as one thing and finish as something else. We change, so our interests change.
And that leads me to the fourth attribute, which is mindset and intrinsic motivation. And we are here on the Just Another Mindset podcast. But also, I would be interested, yeah, what role does the mindset of an individual really play to plan, but also to achieve something big? What are your thoughts, Ruth?
So, when I went back to school, I remember vividly the class with Dr. Marie Volpe, who was teaching us this is the last class that you take before you start your research. And in order to get into this program, this was at Columbia University, you had to have a lot of work experience, you had to have a master's degree. So we were all of a certain age. And she went around the room asking everyone, why in the world at this stage of your life are you back in school? Why are you doing this? And one by one, we each said our answers. And I remember sitting there listening to the answers. One person said, I want a promotion, so I need the doctorate. Another person said, I think it's prestigious and it'll help in my career. Another person said, I have this question that needs answering and I need to get this answered. And every single person said their answer. And I remember thinking, the ones who said they want it for the promotion, they're never going to finish. They're never going to finish because it's an external driver. But the ones who have this burning question, those people are going to finish. And guess what? I had a 100% accuracy rate. Those who were doing it for themselves finished, and they finished in record time. And almost all of them got what we call a line one. Line one means almost no changes. It's perfect, which is very hard to get. The ones who were doing it for the promotions, for the prestige, I think it's a decade later, and I still think they haven't finished.
Super interesting. And I fully agree that intrinsic is what we should be seeking, and that extrinsic can get you somewhere for sure, but it will probably not get you through a program like that because, yeah, you just need perseverance and you need a lot of time and you need a lot of passion for what you do. But let's try to dig a little bit deeper there. And because usually, Ruth, extrinsic and intrinsic is not black and white. So maybe you can share with us a little bit, how do you realize or how do you challenge yourself? Is this something intrinsic? Is this intrinsic motivation for myself? Or do I tell myself I want this and that because other people told me it's prestigious or told me it would be cool to have a doctorate? And so how do you figure out yourself, really, this is something intrinsic, this is the motivation that I want to have? I don't know if you have some tools or techniques or thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think you really need to ask yourself, why are you doing this? Why are you putting yourself through it? And then, I remember there were people who were always, they needed to see the US Open. They needed to see the game. They needed to see when a new movie came out. They needed to see this. And I was like, how do you, this? No, focus on what we're doing. The games will still be there next year. The games will be there next year. Finish this, get this done, right? And you have to see why you're not getting it done. What is the real reason that you keep looking for excuses, that you keep procrastinating? Because think about when you were a kid in school. Usually the homework you did first was what came easiest, right? And the ones you procrastinated on were the ones that you didn't love so much. Why are you procrastinating? When you procrastinate, that will shed some light as to, I got to look deeper into this.
So if you like that, make sure to check out the full-length episode here and leave a subscribe. Thank you.
Do more of what makes you happy.